Inye nwa gị phone, so ihe ya bugodo ụzọ wepụtagodi ya n'ọnụ bụ hi, hello grandma. I said, mommy, yes, so that's how their culture is. She was like, Kamnukwa. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about culture shocks I have experienced or culture shifts I've experienced since I moved to Canada. If you don't know, I recently migrated to Canada in November and I have a series of videos to see it. I'm gonna drop the link somewhere in the description, or I'm just going to link it somewhere here or here. So guys, let's get into today's video. Okay, so the first thing I have noticed is that like the way we say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, back home in Nigeria, you hardly find people saying good morning. Maybe good morning, maybe, but you hardly find people saying good afternoon, good evening. Like when they set up the way they set up conversations, like hi, hello, and number two, for Nigerians, if you want to speak to a stranger for the first time, we are all about excuse me, sorry you. But over here, you don't need to say excuse. You don't need to say excuse me. You don't need to say sorry. Like, why you telling the person sorry? Did you hurt the person? So you just find them saying hi, hello, please. I am trying to look for something. I can remember even telling my mom that that people here don't really, they don't do the whole good morning, good afternoon. So she was like, oh wait, chelu go do. So ihe na gwam kita abuna imuta nwa nsi ka me video call gị na ụmụ gị itinye phone inye nwa gị phone inye nwa gị phone, so ihe ya bugodo ụzọ wepụtagodi ya n'ọnụ bụ hi, hello grandma. I said, mommy, yes, so that's how their culture is. She was like, Kamnukwa. Let that person not try. I was just looking at like this to myself. Another culture shock or culture shift I've experienced is the cold. God, the cold here is cold. When I mean the cold here is cold, like this, it is cold. You can really never be prepared for the cold, especially if you're landing during winter. You can never be prepared for the cold. If you like, buy the thickest of the thickest of the thickest winter jackets. So as long as you're coming from a different, climate or different country with different climates, you can never, it will hit you. From the airport, I was even, when we landed, I was at the airport and I was like, oh, okay. It was cold, but in my mind I was like, is this the cold people we're talking about? Only for me to open the door coming out of the airport. The cold that hits me, nobody told me to go and look for winter jackets to wear. Like, it is cold. You go still feel it. Another culture shock I've also noticed, or I have experienced, or culture shift I've experienced here is there are road signs every freaking where. You cannot say that you did not see any road sign if you're caught by the cops. Maybe you defaulted. You cannot say you did not see, because there are road signs every freaking where, and that's why they would always want you to do the G1 test. So even if you are an over-experienced driver with 1 million years, driving experience, you still need to do road rules and road signs. Like, you need to do that test. It's very important, guys. Like, everywhere. Even if you are driving out of your street, normal way for us back home in Nigeria now, you want to come out of your street and enter highway, everybody don't, you look left to right. But once you're coming out from your street and you see there's a stop sign in front of you, you must stop. This one is not even in Nigeria one. Stop sign self, no, they stop anybody for Nigeria. But you must stop. Like, there are road signs everywhere, on the streets, on the highways, every freaking where there are road signs. Like, there are speed limits for different routes and different highways. Even inside the neighborhood, like, there are speed limits. You cannot say you did not see it, and you will not coming back from thinking about it, people back home, I'm sure driving here may seem a little bit frustrating, because you can be on the highway and you're doing 60. Like, in Nigeria, In Nigeria, on top third mainland safe, if you're even doing 80, they will even push you out of the road. Like, people are just tearing 120 on third mainland, like, say tomorrow no day. But here there are speed limits. If it says speed limit 60, you must maintain 60. If it says speed limit 80, you must maintain 80. So you cannot say you did not see it. It's everywhere. And before you approach the next, you could be driving for 1 hour, but even if you're 1 hour on the highway, there are different speed limits. You might be driving and it will tell you, okay, ahead you need to go down to 60. When you're done, you see another road sign ahead, you need to go down to 80. Another culture shift or culture shock I have experienced as well is crossing the road. The Nigerian in me have embarrassed myself a zillion and 24 times. Like, when it's time to cross, because there are like paths for you to cross. I want you maybe like zebra crossing, for pedestrians to cross the highway. In fact, the day it happened to me, I ran, and by the time I got to the end of the highway, people that I was crossing with had not even gotten to the middle of the road, and me, I've already reached the edge. Like my friend would say, they are entitled pedestrians in Canada. And it's so cool that maybe when you get to a traffic light, there are some traffic lights that actually have buttons where you can press for pedestrians. So maybe if it's very busy and you need to cross, you can push the button, and it may just help fast track the light turning red for others and turning white for pedestrians to walk. But in Nigeria, you cannot try it now. Come and be crossing, like say now your papa gets road, or if your papa be Fashola or your papa not Tinubu, like even inside the streets, you cannot even cross like a sane human being. You must run like your life depends on it. But here, pedestrians are kings and queens. So even if it's not a traffic light zone and you need to cross, and maybe I am crossing the road and I just look, I say, okay, it's a bit free. Maybe the car coming, it's just a bit far. The car coming on this side is a bit far. Once I choke my leg and start walking, all the cars must stop. Like, they must stop. And even if someone tries, to speed up, the person will be the one to tell you sorry. It's not even debate. That culture shift or culture shock I've experienced since I moved to Canada is there are bathrooms every freaking where. Okay, so they call it washrooms. And I like the fact because you can never tell when in and you have no means, aside, in neighborhoods where you have to run to your house, but there are restrooms everywhere. It's not like Nigeria that you are very pressed, maybe you're on the road and you just see an eatery and you just say, man, my belly just told me now. Once you come enter the eatery from the door and you just head straight to the restroom, the way the attendant there will be looking at you like, say, the person saw you in his or her dream last night and you brought cutlass to kill the person. But here, nobody sends you, nobody minds you, like nobody cares. If you walk up into a store and window shop and walk out, nobody's going to question you, nobody's going to look at you with a bad eye. Unlike back home in Nigeria, you cannot just come and window shop now. The attendants there will just be looking at you like I don't even want to say it. Another culture shock or culture shift I've experienced since I moved to Canada is buying fuel at the fuel or gas station. So all those times we used to watch Oyibo film and we see there are gas stations that actually self-serviced. You hardly find attendants there. I don't know if there are fuel stations or gas stations where there are attendants, but the one I have seen, there was no attendant. You park your car by yourself, you come down like a sane human being, you pour the fuel in your car, the amount you want. When you're done, you pay and you enter your motor and you leave. I don't think that kind of thing can happen in Nigeria because people can be so, very dubious and decide not to pay. Maybe I'll just come fuel up my tank and I'll get the hell out. But yeah, that's what I've noticed, like self-service everywhere. even their drive-through banks, yes, where you just drive through and you do your business. You can pay in checks through this self-service I'm also talking about. You can pay in checks. You can even cash out checks, because I even heard that I think it's the RBC, the drive-through. You can go and pay in check to cash it out, and they'll pay you $100 first. If the money you want to cash is above $100, they'll pay you $100 first before they process, that particular check. Even in supermarkets as well, you can even deposit money, because back home in Nigeria, even ATM machines or machines that actually enables you to deposit money, like to pay money instead of withdrawing, a lot of people don't. Me self, I don't even trust it, because I don't think this thing is actually going to credit me as soon as I put in my money into the money slot on the ATM machine. So there's, even in supermarkets, I think I've noticed in Walmart, they are self-service. There's a section of Walmart that you can check out yourself. You don't need any attendant. Just put your goods, try to scan them. It brings up the price. You do the calculations yourself. You put in your card. It deducts. But I think that one only takes card, maybe debit or credit card. It doesn't do cash. So you do everything. You pack yourself and you leave. That was super cool, because it can actually help you jump the line or jump the queue, especially when there's queue. If you see that self-service option is there, you just dive right. Another culture shock or culture shift I've experienced since I moved to Canada is that the trust level is super high. What I mean, it is high. It is totally high. Like, they don't expect you to harbor evil in your heart or over something or about another person. Even at the train station, you don't even see like someone standing by the door collecting money for you to go in. If you have your bus card, you can just tap it and go in. And some people don't even tap and they go in, they don't tap, they go into the train, and probably maybe if they're coming down at the next bus stop, they just come down. So there's nobody that is there to check. They just believe that everybody should behave like good citizens, like everybody should have the fear of God in them. You hardly find this kind of level of trust back home in Nigeria. Like, nobody trusts anybody. Nobody, even your mother. So if you don't even trust your mother, nobody trusts. Like, everybody's eye, everybody their eye they hot, their eye they red. Like, give it to me hot. So another thing I've also experienced as well is you have to learn to do things yourself. Like, you must be a DIY queen. No wonder you find on the tube there are a lot of these abroadians in quotes doing a lot of DIYs, and you see people learning how to do their hair themselves, you see people learning how to do their nails themselves, and probably turn it into a business in the long run. Even plumbers, because the truth of the matter is these kind of services here are charged by the hour. So it's not like Nigeria that, okay, I want to go and fix a leaking pipe in someone's house, and I check it's going to cost me like 2 hours, and I charge like $125 per hour. That means it's $250, compared to Nigeria that the person will just say, oh, okay, even if it takes the person 50 hours to do the work, the person's charge is maybe 3,000 naira or 2,000 naira. So I find that a lot of people tend to become their own handyman. Another thing I've also noticed that you will hardly find traffic wardens anywhere. Like, you hardly find. I've not even seen, so it's not even hardly find. I have not seen any traffic warden compared to back home in Nigeria, where there are traffic wardens everywhere. There's LASTMA, there are traffic warden, traffic police, there are regular policemen, every freaking way. And people drive like sane human beings, like people who have sense. Let me put it that way. Even driving through an intersection and you find that there's no traffic light at that intersection, people who know their right of way can, you know, be the ones to go first, because there are places where you won't find traffic lights and there are intersections. You cannot, in Nigeria, that kind of thing cannot happen. Like, everybody go chook head. Nobody want to wait for these people coming from this side to go, or these people going here, or people coming from here. Nobody wants to wait for anybody. Everybody will just chook their head inside. But here, people who know their right of way will be the first person to go when they get to an intersection. That is why I still say that you must have to do the, you know, the G1 test, which is very important. So guys, I've come to the end of this video. If you also moved or recently migrated to a new country and you have experienced different culture shifts or culture shocks, please let's discuss in the comment section below. I'll see you all in my next video. Do have a fabulous day ahead, guys. Bye guys.